What is going on, everybody? This is Striker, welcoming you back to Timberborn, episode 7, here with the folktales. Now, I did clean up a couple of loose ends. I went ahead and got all this stuff taken care of. I actually just decided to delete this area over here because we got all of our planks and logs out here into what was the drop-off point back over on this side, which is now also deleted because there's nothing in there. But everything that's out there is now deleted, all the pathing is cleaned up and everything, and we actually are at the point where we can get rid of all of these dams. So I'll go ahead and start running this, because while this is going, since these dams are completely unnecessary, I can show you all the other loose ends that I've tied up and such. I've marked all of these berry bushes for deletion from our city center guys. And we just have a bunch of stuff going on down here for building. So what I decided I kind of want to do is use 100 science here. Since we have 7 unemployed beavers, there's really no reason to not help out with all of the building that we've got going on. Now, I'm not really sure where I want to put this at. I could throw it right here. It does block a little bit of extra housing though, so I don't know. I kind of liked it there on that. Let's double prioritize this because we can get 4 extra hands working on that. This is also going to open up a job, and I decided I actually want to have 2 of these scavenger flags over here once they finally get up in that direction. I also decided that we will be moving these water pumps, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to work this area. So over here, we have a very large area for building and constructing of things, but I think I'm just going to use this main path that was constructed, and then basically just make that go on an elbow. I'll put another one of these staircases down into this area if we ever need to have another group of berry collection, because we have better food, so there's really no reason for us to ever need the berries for anything, since the only reason you would need it is either 1, backup food, or 2, if you're using the iron tails, because the iron tails, they need berries in order to procreate. But what I did do is I deleted these trees over here. So big rest in peace to the 5 trees that I just planted over here. And I actually didn't even think about it. I got to delete those 2 as well. So let me go ahead and mark those for deletion as well. Because what I want to do in here, once I get another water wheel up in here, but this is going to be a problem. Because what I want to do is put another lumber mill over here, because we need more planks. There's just so much demand for planks. So right now I'm going to delete the power shaft. I'll reopen the power wheel, and then we'll get working on another lumber mill. And then I'll go ahead and get some pathway connected to all of that. So I think that'll be good for us long term here. We'll have double the amount of planks. And go ahead and double prioritize that too. But that'll be easy to convert into gears, instead of what I have noticed before, that if you have like 1 of each and you just leave it at that, a lot of the times, since your haulers are already over here to drop off materials and stuff, they'll just grab the planks, drop them off here at the gear workshop, and then you end up having the issue where you just don't have enough of either. You know, you end up with too much of the gears, or you end up with no planks, or anything like that. So we're trying to temporarily open up some jobs. We can get 2 more builders in there, which means we have all of the hands on deck that we can get going. Now you can see here, network power supply / demand, we've got 230 going in for 100. So we can take that extra 50 back because we don't need that, since we're just running the 100 right now. And if we were to throw in this gear workshop, we would be exceeding our power supply, but that's okay for the time being because our beavers are busy beavering about over here. This is actually really working. And I'm gonna assign some priorities as well. Let's go ahead and get that going higher, because I want this completed first so I can get another water wheel built up on here. So let me go ahead, not there, power, there we are. Power, water wheel, and we can just schmack it in there. I guess I could just start pre-planning all of these now anyways. This one is blocked over by those stairs, which those stairs will get deleted. Actually, let's not do that one, because they're not going to be able to reach this one if they build that over there. So they can reach here, and then once all of this is built, they can reach both of these, and then I can get this last one in. So we're good. We're plenty set up. Like I said, I have all of these marked for deletion over here because we've got our sunken berry forest, if ever need be. I mean, there's literally a box of berries that I just saw sitting down here. Come on, water, go away. There you go. Yeah, literally just some berries that are sitting there. Just ready to get picked up, but we don't need them for anything. And at this point, for whatever reason, they are not harvesting a lot of carrots. It looks like they are moving in that direction again. But what I want to do with this area, since all these berry bushes are going away, I want to plant more carrots in this area. And I kind of wanted to get some scrap metal going here. But I think they're just prioritizing all of this area down here, which is okay. It's not going to hurt us any. Because this all needs done as well. So maybe I just need to... Let me do it. Let me just prioritize this so we can get 2 more jobs done. That's just going to be a super quick way to get some of those unemployed beavers into jobs. Now we do have a drought incoming, which will definitely kill our industry. Why is that not running? Why is the water pooling over there? It doesn't look like it's pooling. So this is the main reason why I wanted to overbuild water wheels, by the way, was in case of something like this that's happening. So let's go ahead and just throw another beaver back in the power wheel. It's definitely going to make these run at 50% efficiency, but if this starts kicking back up again, we'll get the power into the network. Yeah, I don't know what is causing this to not flow properly. Whatever, but I do want to move these water pumps off of here and off of this pathway, I believe. I'll build some more platforms off of here and have them pull directly out of the river, and I think I actually want to get a 3rd one of these. So it'll take a little bit of planning to make sure we have the correct shapes and everything. But since we're going to be deleting this path here, that'll open up more area right here along this riverbank if we want to extend this whole industry this way, since those will be off of there, and then we have this whole platform here, which can always be extended out to that side. And then since I'm going to be deleting this pathway here, then we can extend to the left as well. So thinking about that, actually, let me... Because they can get to everything right now over there anyways. So is it going to do that for every one of them? That's incredibly annoying. Can I mark it for, or whatever, can I delete buildings? Is this faster? Well, this is way faster. Okay, because they only need to get to there, so they can lose those platforms. This will still be the outside edge, so I'm okay with keeping that. And then we need paths and structures, single platforms, all the way through. And then I assume they can walk through berries. Because no matter where I put this, it's going to be into a berry bush. Can they walk through berries? I think they can. I think they can. I'll just put it over here, so it's a little bit further away. These stairs are unrequired. And then throw some more platforms, path. And we're good. 10 out of 10. So now we don't have to worry about building this just to delete it anyways. So, like I said, we can continue building this way, if need be, with these other platforms eventually for more industry, and then I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of this stuff here and cleaning up this riverbanks. And I also want to extend my water storage, which is why I only have the 2 pumps for right now. You don't need 3 pumps until you start worrying about a bunch of your water supply. I'm also considering potentially expanding this forest again, because I did just have to delete some to get some more buildings in here. And do you have 180 network supply? Yes, because that one's not connected yet. That makes a lot of sense to me, so I like it. And building isn't connected to any... Oh, it's because it's still missing this. Well, how did they reach that? It was probably before this one was built, and then they came over here and built it. Okay, now they can reach both of those. I was so confused. But now, with all of our jobs as well, since I got rid of the other district and the other everything that was out here, all of this stuff is levied off, so we don't need any more beavers all the way out here doing anything. We can now double check all of our jobs to make sure they're filled. Gatherer flags are at 0 out of 2 because we're not using them, and this one, actually, we can just get rid of. We don't need that anymore. I guess I'll keep the pathway there because it's not going to do any harm, but we'll keep this one over here because, like I said, eventually they might need to get down over here to this area. So that is what it is. But that one is paused, and everything else should be full. Not the gear workshop, we have it paused. But anytime we're like, I don't know, if we just had someone die, where the heck is their job at or whatever? Distribution post is always going to be 8 or 0 out of 8, but I figured we don't want to delete it just on the off chance we actually want to expand and make another district, because we might need one over here. So even if I have to build some crazy elaborate pathway system to get over to here, they can still use this distribution post to get over there. So I'm leaving it as a potential future-proofing, so to speak. But we have beavers up here now taking care of the scrap metal from the ruins, and we have entered the Cycle 8 drought. And it looks like we might have actually gotten really lucky that this area has a circular flow in it. Because if we can keep these water wheels running, even if it's just for a day or two in the drought, that is some extra power. We do have this power wheel for right now, and then eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a way to get some of the windmills in here, which I have found, unfortunately, the windmills to be a little hit or miss on whether or not they're going to produce power, especially when you want them to produce power. I keep finding that a lot of the times they will be producing power at night when you don't have anyone working there. So it's really not that helpful for you in the long run anyways. But it's gonna be worth it to hook it up for the droughts like this, because we are sitting here for 7 days. This is a long drought, I just realized. 7 full days with no power, most likely. So right now, this is our only source of power, is this one singular power wheel. Like I said, these are running at half efficiency. It is still pretty quick how fast I can turn out planks, and because there's 2 of them, it'll be fine. We still have plenty of logs, because what I was thinking we do here, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but I was thinking, with this forest, we can expand it into this area that is plantable, which is basically just like this little chunk here, and we can have a path that goes up, and then have our log storage and lumberjack flags up here, and then maybe even move the forester, but I'm not sure if that would come back down here to reach the area, at least not for the forester. Lumberjack flags, maybe, but I don't know 100%. So I might consider that, or consider even moving these, or this one rather, because this one I think is right on the edge. It would be helpful to get a couple of spots, but just move that over and across from this other one or something like that. But I think we're okay. We still have 280, so there's really no rush to make sure I get a bunch of extra logs going. And it looks like we still have a bunch of them that are like approaching the higher growth stages, so we might be able to just stick with this for right now. I don't know if it's going to be good enough long-term, because some of the things we build long-term are going to take a ton of freaking wood. Speaking of which, our large warehouse is actually almost already full, so we have to consider what we want to do for storage. Now, my favorite thing to build are these underground warehouses, because holy cannoli, these things can hold so much stuff. This has 4,000 capacity. It's insane. It does, however, take 1,000 science to unlock as well, so not great. I'm gonna double check on our well-being here too after everyone beavers about and goes to sleep, because we might need to look at expanding our campfires. We might need to add another one, because right now I don't have any rooftop anythings, because all of this stuff is going to get deleted, so there's no point to put a rooftop terrace on any of those. Where are we at? Yeah, 29 out of 35. So let's go to leisure, and we'll get another campfire. Only takes 15 logs. You know what, just to round out that area, let's go ahead and throw 3 of them in there. Or 2 of them in there, sorry, to make it all the way across. It's not going to hurt anything. I am considering, however, building some more of these triple lodges, but I might just want to, I don't know, throw another one right here. Because like I said, I want to start expanding the population. I could also throw some on top of here and then just do a little path network up here on top and just kind of build it up in a spiral. But also long term, I want to get these out of here so I can get some big storage. So what do these hold? 3 apiece? I don't want to boom my population too much, because this will give me an extra 3 beavers here, because right now we are at job cap. So we don't have any reason to have extra beavers beavering about for the time being. But once we have someone die from old age, which will likely happen somewhere in the middle of this dry season, as it tends to happen, or either right in the middle or right at the end, then we'll have an unfilled job. So we'll need more beavers. So I'm thinking we do At least one. And then we've got to get a way for them to get up to it. So, what am I thinking here? What am I thinking here? Let's pause real quick. Damn, they built that fast. All right, so platforms. Beavers can walk underneath platforms. So bam, that's not a big deal. I think what I'm going to have to do is 2 sets of stairs, which will have to go there. Because these stairs have to get to a pathway somewhere. And then path, 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 and path. Not super efficient, but it's okay. Because then we can throw another one on top of here, and then just extend this double platform here. And then if we were to build up on top of that again, we could make some stairs off of here or something like that. So we'll figure that out in the future. Right now, these regular lodges can stay. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. And then once this is connected to our path network, I'll delete both of those. And then I think I'll probably look into deleting those. I do want to get to that large storage, the 4,000 item warehouse. Okay, so beavers can walk through bushes. Confirmed. It's not a myth. It is confirmed. And what was the other? That was it. The depth marker. It might be worth investing just to keep an eye on our water situation during the dry season. We're still okay, and these are also pulling from the second layer down here. Let me go ahead and make the water go away, right? Is that 2 blocks? Yeah, that's 2 blocks. Yeah. So they can pull 2 blocks worth of water. So we are fine, even if this top layer does dry out, which will, I think, rest in peace some of our tree growth back here. I think it was once we flooded it, we were able to plant this back area. And I think maybe even the majority of this area would probably go dry as well. But we're okay for right now. And we only have 2.5-ish days until we are back into dry season. Or the wet season. Dry season, wet season, dry season, wet season. It's like Looney Tunes. All right, that can be reached over there, and then I can come back through here and tell them I want another water wheel right there. And then once they build that one, I can delete the stairs, throw the other water wheel down here, and then they can reach off the edge of the platform. Or at least they should be able to. If not, I guess I'll have to platform one down for them, but I think it'll be okay. We're still looking fine on food. We have 1 singular berry, I love it. And our water has stayed consistent, so I'm not worried about that at all. And while these berry bushes are marked for deletion, our builders have been very much so more prioritized on building all of that stuff, which I can't blame them on. But since this stuff takes such a quick time, I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's a new berry bush. Mark for deletion. Assign priorities. Double high. No takers? Because literally it's any builder can come over here and delete it at any moment, but they're all doing something else. Can you guys not reach? That would be why. You guys can't reach. Aha! We have gotten to the bottom of it. How about now? They can reach everything now. So they will come through here and delete this all real quick. That one is always kind of annoying. Like, I understand the build range radius stuff, but like, literally, it can reach to anywhere else. They can literally reach all the way out to these 3 right here. But because I didn't have a path there, they couldn't just go right there or right there without that pathway. So kind of silly, because I'm going to have to go through and delete that. Still no deaths, which is very, very good. He still does Norse sound. Is that connected yet? No, it is not. What else do we have assigned priorities? Do we have anything assigned a priority? I don't think so. So let's go ahead and prioritize that stuff. That way we can get that connected, and then we'll switch to the plant crops, carrots. Now this is a lot of food. There is no reason for me to have this amount of carrots, by the way. It's absolutely, frankly, ridiculous. However, it's future-proofing for when I expand my population, because I'd rather not starve my entire population. Because, you know, I have a really good record of not starving my population. Yeah, look, we've already eaten through all of our carrots. All we've got is potatoes left. So maybe focus on some carrots, perchance? I wonder if they prioritize automatically things of higher value. Everyone already has Nutrition 1 still right now, so it's not that big of a deal. Why do we have homeless beavers? What? Is it? Oh, it must have been the 2. It had to have been the 2 that I moved back from over here then. So the population expanded, and then I moved them back over this way. So I guess that makes sense. Still awaiting materials. Say they should be pumping out some planks. Not super efficiently, but it'll be okay. 700 frickin' grilled potatoes. Jeez Louise. And then we'll be looking to make this square wheat. I know I've brought it up once or twice, but just a friendly reminder, that's what we'll be doing right there in that area, is wheat. Because you really don't need a whole lot of it. It's the same thing as potatoes. I think I honestly went a little overboard with the potatoes, but it's fine. Things could be worse. Alright, that has 2 out of 4 planks in it, so that'll be built, and then the 2 homeless beavers that we currently have will then have a triple lodge to live in, and then I can delete both of these and get those out of here. Just trying to make this a little bit more space efficient, because like I said, I want this area to be for my main storage, because I feel like the closer you can make it to kind of like your center of town, so to speak, the better it is for your beavers, because they can run and grab food real quick, and then get to social life without having to travel, you know, all the way out here to get a bite to eat, and then come all the way back, sit down for half a second just to go to bed, because it's nighttime. So, should be fine. Should be fine. We're definitely moving in the correct direction. Can you guys not reach that down there? No, you cannot. So, we're gonna have to throw in another bit of temporary stairage. That has nothing in it, so that's at least good. Okay, builders, can you build that? They should be able to reach that. Yeah, it doesn't say that it's out of range. So that way they can fill in the last 2 spots on our platform. And, yeah, I think that was my fault, because I just ended up blocking them off anyways. Oh, and we're in the wet season. I didn't even realize it. Because we were doing so well, I didn't pay attention to the fact that we're actually already back in the wet season. So, super good for us. Get another water wheel, and it doesn't say that it's too far, so we should be able to get that. We will high priority that. And let me just get these 2 high priority as well. Too far from builders, just because I need the stairs. I know. But at this point, this should have more than enough power. Yeah, 410 power going into here. So that is fantastic for us. Now let's start planning out what we're going to do with these water pumps here. So they are a 2x3. So they can sit, actually, I think they can sit on a 2x2. With the last bit kind of sticking into the water. And I want to get 3 of these on this second depth no matter what. So, any double platforms? I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could get 4 long term. I want to build the extra platforms now. I think I can do that. Now, do you guys rest on top of that? Aha, see? We are good on that one. So once they get all of this other stuff done, which they actually almost have done, go ahead and delete the stairs. And then get another water wheel going in here. That say it's reachable. It is fantastic. Now they're already working on this. And I think we'll just kind of delete and replace. Or actually, you know what? Let me do it a little bit smarter so I'm not having to backtrack on my water production. I'll place, because one of them's gonna go here, which is obviously a site shared by the other one. I'm gonna say I'll place this one down, and then I can high prioritize that, and then once this one gets built, I'll delete that. It'll autofill over to here, and then same thing. I might just throw a 4th pump down, honestly, just to make sure that we keep the water going super great. And then we'll just have to figure out where we're putting the water storage. But that's, honestly, I think that's the coolest thing that this game has to offer. Outside of the fact that you have, like, the verticality, where you can move up and stuff with building on top of other buildings and things. But you can build on water, even though there's the limitations of things can't be sunk and stuff like that. Like, we can build over top of the water, so if we ever run out of actual usable land space, which I'm trying to kind of keep away from for the most part, outside of putting like my storage in the central area. But with the water pumps and stuff, I'm also trying to reclaim some of that land back. And then with this water storage, I'm considering just having a bunch of water storage right here, so it's right across from where we're building our pumps at, which I think would be super sick if we did it like that. Then we could just throw a whole bunch of them right here on the edge of that, and we will be 10 out of 10 good to go. Which means this berry flag would have to get moved, which I think I'd just probably throw down here at the end. So I think, honestly, it might even be worth... I know it's a gatherer flag, not a berry flag. I call it a berry flag, I'm sorry. Do I haven't built it? I think I leave it. I think I leave it for right now, but I know that I can build that later. But it gives us so many options for building stuff and getting all of the land back and trying to make things like super efficient, which is why all of my industry is going to come right here off of this central area, which is why this stuff is 1130 beaver power. It's actually horsepower, should be beaver power, but, and then these are all big enough for all the other industries and things, and then I can extend out, and if even need be, I can put in some more water wheels down here and over this way. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get to deleting. Don't need that anymore, don't need that anymore, or that, or that. And do we have an open job for 1? None in the gear workshop. Still don't think we need to worry about gears yet, because we're still building a lot of platforms. And delete that. 1 is already unemployed. Is there anywhere for you to go? No. Okay, that's fine. There's really no reason to have this going, so let's go ahead and unpause that then. I'll go ahead and delete. And now I've got some land reclaimed. Just a little bit of extra path clearing up. And then we'll go ahead and get another water pump in here. That way we have an unemployed beaver working in the right direction. And then, how much for those large water tanks? I already bought them. Already bought them. Let's get back into the build menu, possibly here. Pass, double platforms. Okay, I know for sure I'm gonna need to do at least that. Water, large water tank. Okay, so it's gonna be a pathway onto there. Kind of annoying that they're not the same size, but I mean, I understand it. So now I have to decide if I want to do a bunch of them like this, sideways, or if I want to go like this, down that way, which I think that's what I'm going to do. Just go like that. Let's go ahead and get some more paths and structures in here. We need doubles right there, and then single, single. I know for sure I at least want to have 4 of these. 3, and then paths and structures, platforms there, and a large water tank. And then we'll come through with the path, 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 path. So we will have 4 of these large water tanks directly across from our water pumps, which is going to make them hyper efficient. Because even without prioritizing these by builders, if these guys have to transport their water, they're just going boop, 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 right there. Like literally they don't have to go anywhere to drop that water off. And that means I still have 1 little spot here. I'll just go ahead and build a platform right now for that gatherer flag if it ever comes down to the fact that my population is starving, which I figure it probably won't. At least for the time being. With all these carrots, man, I wish you guys would kind of focus on carrots a little bit, would you? Let me prioritize those on carrots. I just feel like that's going to bite us in the butt not having that extra nutrition 1 bonus. Because even though the potatoes are a better source of food and it's a nutrition 2, that does not also fill nutrition 1 at the same time. It just does nutrition 2. So then once these large water tanks get built, which is going to take forever, because they're going to be 30 planks and 20 gears apiece, so let's work on getting 1 of those prioritized. Hopefully. Because right now the builders are still worried about getting all the foundation down, which is more than fair. But that way it all goes into one water tank, hopefully. Because right now they've got the foundation for this one, so they might be dumping it into here. They did. So let's normal prioritize this one, and we'll double prioritize that one. So any plank and gear that we can spare that gets built is going into this one, because this holds 300 water, while these only hold 30 water. So that is equal to 10 of these tanks. So once this one is built, I can delete 10 of these tanks for the equivalent amount of water storage. And then we can clear up this whole area here and get a bunch of that land back to consider possibly even foresting this area as well. And just to double check, tree cutting, cut trees, mark tree cutting area. Okay, I did make it so that's part of the tree cutting area. Perfect. Because I wanted to make sure we didn't just have these trees grow up and then just sit there for no reason. But we should have this built pretty soon, maybe another 2 days. 2 days of beavering about, possibly. Possibly. It would probably be nice to get another gear workshop going, but I like keeping it so it's just that 2-to-1 ratio, at least for right now. We can always expand with our beavering capabilities here, and just because this one isn't running doesn't mean this whole system fails. So we still have 900 going into there, and it'll be another 180 on top of that, so we'll be at 1080 if that decides to spin, which, again, for whatever reason, is not spinning. Not quite sure, especially because everything else right next to it is spinning. So, oh well, I guess on that one. I could have even looked to maybe go down just a little bit further with this platform, so I could fit a 4th water wheel in there, but I think expanding out down the river will be good long term. So it won't be a big deal. And we are at 26 and 15. And we have a ton of scrap metal coming into here, so it might be worth looking into possibly getting a shredder going. It does take a crap ton of science, so maybe not yet, because there's nothing that we're trying to build with that. The paper mill doesn't take it, but the printing press does, as well as the landscaping explosive factory also takes the metal blocks. But all of the floodgates and everything like that, which I don't think we'll need on this map, honestly, the way that we have this set up with the dam all the way on the back side of our settlement with the levees, I don't think we're going to have to worry about putting floodgates in here to control the water levels. We could consider floodgating this area to flood in a second layer and then also overflow down into here, but it's kind of just wasted water, really. So, meh. Might be worth it, might not be worth it. I also just looked in chat, or not in chat, sorry, in the feed in chat. I'm so used to Twitch. I've been streaming a lot on Twitch. I actually have a Twitch world of all of Timberborn doing folktales on the lakes map, so you can always pop by and watch that. But I'm so used to saying chat. But this is what I meant, this area down here, and I saw that we had a couple of old age deaths, which is why I did the hauling post trick real quick. Because out of anything that I can sacrifice, I'll sacrifice some haulers, not a big deal. And we are 2 gears away. 2 gears away. We have one of them built. But once we have that built, I think that's a good point to call it, because we have come super far in just this one episode here. Getting all of this area cleaned up out here was nice, but the biggest thing is getting this all done and taken care of and ready to go long term. That's what's freaking awesome. So once we see that pop up, 19 out of 20. Can't get all materials. Still waiting on a gear. Come on, guys. Chop chop, beaver about. Give me a gear, would you please? Lord Almighty, we have a gear. And we have a water tank! Let's go! That's awesome. So I can start actually just emptying these out. I'll probably do a couple more tidying up things in between episodes. Just need 1 on nutrition too. Why didn't you eat a potato last night, you silly goose? But anyways, this has been a huge movement in the right direction. So thank you for stopping by and watching the video, and if you're still here, you're freaking awesome, and I appreciate you with all of my heart. Anyways though, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you all as we continue our ever-expanding beaver empire.